let's talk about the new update. So, if you want the short version, you get you can save your loadout, you get more rewards, the store is fixed, or at least better, more drops, and the crafting is actually in. The Ogryn got a bit of a buff, and a lot of weapons got buffed. That's the short version. So, for those of you that want to get my thoughts on it, so war gear sets. So that's basically gonna be all this. So I can basically save my loadout now, and then I can easily switch between them. Let's actually... So what do we want here? Maybe, since we're using a bullet club, skull, maybe? No, that's way better. Alright, so the bullet club, and then we can add whatever we want there. I actually just got that one. So bullet club. I usually run that with either the stubber or the ripper gun nowadays. But let's save it with that. Or actually, let's save it with the ripper gun then. So, now let's add a second one. And let's go for more tanky build. So, if I equip that one, and I can get that one, for example. Now, I can switch between them quite easily. Instead of having to click everything, which is very nice. So that's gonna come in handy when you join lobbies and whatnot, and there's another Ogryn with the exact same gear set as you. Now you can actually switch it out quickly. And easily. So, yeah. That's gonna be interesting. So the armor exchange, you can actually buy the white versions of anything. It's still gonna be rolled, and it's still gonna be RNG'd, and it's only gonna be a white version of it. So keep that in mind before you spend all your hard-earned cash on it, but at least you can now get anything you want. And
ready to serve.
So let's say we want, what do we want? Do we have something that we actually want? I want a better... Well, that's the best cleaver I have. So for just to show, let's get a cleaver. Boom. Now that one's gonna be sold, but let's get another one just for the hell of it. That one's also gonna be sold, but that one's definitely gonna be sold. That one too. That one, however, 80 damage, 80 penetration, 80% first target, and 70% cleave damage. Yep, I might do something with that. Anyway, So, there's some, well, preview cosmetic gear. Can I do that in here?
I will do as you wish.
Alright, I can actually see my character now. That's gonna make it way better with the... Well, I kinda...
Aren't you an interesting one?
Let's take a look here. Let's go for the Ogryn. So... Can I do it here? No, I cannot do it here. Alright, that's unfortunate.
We go, we go, we go, we go.
Maybe that's gonna be in the next one. Anyway, weekly contracts. I haven't dabbled too much in these, but just been basically playing. But there are new contracts. Collect diamantine and palsteel, and then they actually merge the scriptures and grimoires. So that's good. I still don't know why diamantine and palsteel are two separate things. But yeah. And well, basically everything is a little more rewarding with a little less work. So anyway, let's actually check the new weapons that we rolled so we can get... That one's gonna go in the bin. That one's gonna be saved. Bin. 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 And bin. Alright, so. Next up, we got the Shrine of Omnissiah. So. Consecrating at a cost adjustment, so you don't need diamantine to get to blue. So then it's easier to get the to get up blue, so that you know if the weapon is worth continuing to upgrade. So that's good. With that said though, I have been... Well, since we'll check this first. So the contracts give more and are easier to do. And these ones are supposedly having higher tier blessings and are actually better overall. Don't know if I should actually... No, I would like Lace Away for Stubber. That could be very interesting. Air pace, don't know if I need that one, neither sprint efficiency, but I could actually buy this one just to get the blessing so I can replace that on another one, for example, or this one, toughness and chained hit, for example. So better rewards. That's gonna help with the item acquisition. And now to the meat of it. So you can earn blessings. You basically give away a weapon that you can then use it. For example, I got that one. That one's the one I've been running. And do I need anything or something? Restore 10% toughness. So I got 3000 diamantine and 200 pal steel. Because I've been playing mostly damnation. But yeah. So let's get something at least. Restores 10% toughness. Yeah, okay. So quick earn blessing. That one, you have to select it since you can have two. So let's get rid of that. And now we can go to... Do I have Mark 3? Yeah, so I can re-bless that. So I can select that one, which I already have on it, and then re-bless it with that one. And that's gonna cost me power steel and some monies. So that's how that works. So build variety and such videos and content, I guess, is gonna go up quite rapidly on the YouTubes. So it is stuck on that specific weapon though. Let's check that. Blast radius on this one is quite poor. So I'm not gonna be keeping that one anyway. I'm probably not gonna use it on that one though. But I might use that one for grenade gauntlet, so let's get that one. So give that away. Let's see if I can get it on this one instead. And I have no blessings. So it's still gonna be on... Yeah. It's still gonna be on the specific type of weapon that you have. So let's see if there is something on the specific families. Running on special attack. So this one is a 5. Let's try that. Five. Yeah, so.
And what do we have here?
So I took that from Mark 5. So let's see if we can put that on the Mark 2. Yes, we can. So, different marks, but the same weapon family. You can still use the blessings from them. So, yeah.
Oh, blessed
And
Omnissiah.
yeah. So that's the basics of that. The mission boards. Got 4 more missions and better balance for difficulty maps and conditions and side missions. That's also welcome. And I don't know what these stats were previously, or if it's the same, but one of the big issues I've been having is this. You get way too little palace steel, and well, you saw, I had 3000 diamantine and no palace steel. I still think they should actually merge Palestine and diamantine to one thing instead, and then adjust the cost in the crafting accordingly. But an increase is still an increase. This is basically double. This is 5 more. So diamantine hasn't really changed, but they've doubled pal steel for damnation. So that's very welcome. Also, the Emperor's Gift is you're gonna get something out of every mission, and this one's been a thorn in the community side for a while because there's not been any reason to play a higher difficulty level. I mean, I play it just because I like the challenge, and I don't think it's actually worth my time playing something that's not challenging. Some people want to complete stuff, complete the weeklies and so on and so forth, and then they go lower because it's quicker. Now there's actually you actually get incentivized to play a higher difficulty level because you are gonna get better rewards. And conditions will also affect the chances of better items. So I have previously said that I don't care about the Grims and the scriptures. Now I do, because now it actually gives me something. Now it's worth to actually take into consideration, which is, well, the easy way to say it is that the what even is it called? The curios with actual corruption resistance like this one, it's actually worth taking now. Because you might want to do something with some mission with grimoires. I mean, it's a trade-off. You could get, for example, so like this one max health and toughness. This one also max health, toughness, and gunner resistance. And then this one has corruption resistance only. So previously this wasn't worth much because it wasn't really worth it to run Grims. It didn't give anything. And now it's gonna be interesting to play around it, because you have to sacrifice. For example, if I change this one to this one, I would sacrifice 5% max health and 5% toughness. Just to stay alive, stay uncorrupted a little bit longer. So, yeah, that's gonna be good. And yeah. So here they say the Cyremelk's requisition will often have items with tier 3 and 4 perks and blessings. So Melk's Requisitorium is actually worth something now. And character creation, yeah, if you're new, these are some quality of life improvements, I guess. Or if you are creating a new character. And we get emotes. Don't know what that's actually gonna be worth anything. Okay, so this one's strange. I would like to select it just, but alright. So let's... Can I actually fill that in? Or do I need to do it here? Note 1. Alright, so these are the emotes. So, okay. But I'm guessing we're not gonna be able to do this in mission. Especially since they've set it to space, since we use space for a lot of other things. So, don't know, some people might want this, so if you wanted it, then I guess it's good. I don't really care about it, but it's there. And sort items in stores and inventory. That's also going to be very good when you're trying to look for something specific. For example, if you're crafting or if you're looking for a specific thing. And so this is just giving us better what's it called? Better information. And less predatory stuff in the... or less confusing stuff, I guess, in the cash shop, so it's easier not to buy a whole set. That's also gonna be also positive things. And they've adjusted hunting grounds, so instead of continuous spawning of hounds, they got a handful of spawns. Rebalance and 2 dog packs will occur during hunting grounds missions, so I guess instead of getting 2 every few minutes, it's gonna be more than 2 and less often, I guess. And They have focus on fixing issues with their movement, smoothing out ragdoll transitions. And this is the best part because they've fixed this twice before. So I guess that's why they've worded it this fun. But sternly telling them to not spontaneously try space travel. And they end this with, it's a work in progress. So my guess is they still try the space travel thing, but not as often. And there's a lot of weapon balance things. Let's see if I can actually get the thing up here. But can I actually use that? Should be able to. Yeah, there we go. So basically everything they're doing here is going over the blessings and what they do on each of the weapon families. So it is basically everything is buffed in one way or another. The heavy swords actually have some stuff that's for the weapon itself and not just the blessings on them. But basically it's gonna be better to well, it's gonna be better at armor and unyielding, basically. So I'm guessing I'm gonna have to try the heavy swords again with the cell later. Otherwise, the shovel also has they fixed the increased finesse multiplier, which is basically weak spots, crits, and stuff like that. Some weapons get attack speed from it, but yeah. So they get better finesse multiplier. Combat axes also increased finesse multiplier. Other than that, most of these are just for the blessings. And I've only skimmed through this, but I think that everything is a buff. So Damnation is gonna be even easier now. Which is not something I like, but I hope they're gonna throw in a 6th difficulty. And the autogun. More range. No, more the bigger range for the magazine reserve. And more power. And the Hellbore las guns. Does that mean we are gonna pierce? I guess so. And more ammo. And more armor pen. Very little, but still. So the combat shotgun don't have anything. I would like to see a better damage and or a little higher magazine size. But I guess they are focusing on other stuff right now. And fixes for the aiming for the last pistol. More damage, more maniac damage, and more magazine size, and less spread on hip fire. So that's also gonna be good. Shorter range on the auto pistol, more damage versus maniacs. Increase the impact of hip fire shots. 1 to 4, 2 to 4. Okay. So basically, higher low number. And a lot more impact for the aim shots then. Okay. So I guess this is gonna be more stagger and more suppression then. Especially if you're using it braced. And yeah, so you're gonna be staggering way more, and you also get improved magazine size. Blaze Away got better on it too. So 50% maximum power bonus instead of what? 10? So that's also very good. And the revolver fixed issues. I would like this one to also have more ammo. And the Ripper guns. Extra magazines. So yeah, I've actually not uploaded every single video I have, so I have one that I go through with the Ripper gun in the old patch, which are gonna come up any day now, where I talk about this, that it's very ammo hungry. And then, well, blessings are gonna be better on it too. Blessings are gonna be better. And the power sword. Some fix an issue with the... yeah. Alright. So there was an issue with the activation thing. So, okay. Anyway, bleed things are fixed, and here we go. Ogrins are getting a very, very nice buff here. So you're gonna be harder to stun and push back and so on and so forth. And I mean, I think that is actually fair, since they can't use they can use only half the cover that every other person can. So having less pushback and less stun time is a good trade-off for that, I guess. So yeah, okay. Shorter stun times, less pushback from shooters. Shorter stun time when the toughness breaks. And they have actually replaced the feat. And then they fixed things and increased the range that you can pick up items. So now we won't need to crouch to pick up everything, I guess. And the Psyker, I don't know how this is gonna tie into stuff, but basically the passive quell part, if you had a non-force sword, it was at max. Now it's not gonna be that. But they buffed passive quell times for staves across the board, so I think this is a slight buff and a fix at the same time. And this is just a fix, so that's basically the classes. Anyway, let's take a look at that feat. And there we go. Staggering an enemy grants a stacking buff that increases the damage of your next heavy attack by 2%. Stacks are based on the size of your enemy, stacks up to 25%, 25 times and last 10 seconds. So what I want to know is that gonna stack for everything? So this one's the cleave one. This one is gonna be the stagger one then. Next heavy attack. So will this keep stacking up, or will it consume it on the next attack? Is what I want to know. And we might just try that out.
Oh dear. I can see this is going to be...
Anyway. So Poxbursters will actually damage their own guys. And, well... So this one's also something that we need to... we should talk about. Team members are down, grabbed, hanging from a ledge. So... I know there's been people saying that the icons, that it has a red, the triangle that comes, that has a degrading light or dark part of it that kind of tells you what the how much time you have left to actually get your friend up. But I guess they've made it even more visible, which is gonna help. So let's try this one then. If I stagger that guy, 3, yeah, okay. So, regular combat. Hey. Three. So the stagger from the light attacks does not consume it. Alright, so. Alright then, so let's hit him in the shoulder. 420. Hit him in the shoulder again. 611. That's quite a decent boost. So what was it? It was... 2% up to 25. So that's 50% more damage. And that 400 to 600 something, yeah. Well, that seems to add up. Let's help with these guys. Yep. So that is very nice. That's gonna be very useful when you are surrounded and are just trying to get these guys staggered. And then something like this comes and you have to snipe it out of the horde. That's gonna be helpful. I still have a problem with this one. I mean, it kinda locks you into doing heavy attacks in... Well, to give an example, if I'm fighting a horde here, let's say fighting a horde here, and then that guy starts to shoot at us, and I can't get to him, and my teammates are somewhere over there buggering off with something else, then I'm locked into doing heavy attacks to keep my toughness up. And his damage output on Damnation is gonna be enough to break it at some point. So the only thing I can do is try to do as many heavy attacks as I can until I can either get cover or get close enough to actually do something about it. For example, like this. But, yeah, does this. That works for ranged weapons too. That's interesting. Let's try that then. Yep. Don't know if that's intended, but that's how it works right now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try this upcoming Friday. Unless I get some time off tomorrow. Anyway. So, fixes for a lot of things. And so this one not working as intended. This one kind of broken. Or, well, it couldn't reactivate, so this one works on everything, not just human-sized. And, this one. Kinetic deflection didn't take peril reductions into account. That's a thing that I had problem with, where I thought it was... I actually spec'd for the kinetic deflection and the And I got the the force shield thing on the force sword, and I got the power reduction on the stacks, and then max stacks of 6. And I thought I was gonna be way more tanky than I actually was. So I guess with this, might actually be, when this is fixed, it might actually be somewhere around where I previously anticipated it to be, now that it's actually working. So gonna have to try that out too. And then Devil's Claw light attack wasn't using all modifiers properly, so Devil's Claw is gonna be better. The Mark IV. And I think that one was in the previous thing also. But yeah. And this one. I think I've just uploaded one of my plays where I actually get trapped inside the center spawning room on the purging of the tanks mission. So yeah. And yeah. It's basically fix another case of Puckhound soaring towards the sky. Yeah. Okay. And some tweaks. I mean, you can probably read these yourself. There's nothing in here that's very specifically big or things like that. Deactivating weapon specials on basically the chain weapons is faster. That's gonna be very good. Oh. Fix the hole in the ceiling. Okay. Well, aren't there supposed to be holes in the ceiling? But a lot of fixes and performance things for all the maps, which is, yeah, quite extensive. And fixed a lot of meshing and stuff like that on the cosmetics. So that's good. I like what I'm seeing. The only thing that I have to say about this patch is that since everything gets a buff, every or most of the blessings gets buffed, that means that the meta and min-maxing thing is gonna get worse, which I don't like. I would like it if if both the perks and the blessings were tuned down a little bit, so you don't need the specific god roll to have it, since we already need these to be god rolled. But it's gonna get more about meta than it previously was, and some people actually kick you for bringing suboptimal weapon, even though Damnation is very much doable with kind of crappy gear. Do I have an example? Yeah, this one. I ran the first few Damnation missions I ever did with the Oberyn was with this one, and that actually worked. I've also had this one and ran that for quite a while. And let's see, do I have anything else? Yeah, this one. I mean, the melee damage is very bad, but the rest of it is actually decent. But sprint efficiency and stamina? Don't really need that. Not really. So you can use quite suboptimal weapons and still quite comfortably go through a Damnation run. I am actually working on another video which I had planned to do instead of this, where I would talk about the difficulty and how that changes, but the short version, the amount of ranged enemies in large rooms is the key to how difficult the mission is gonna be. A mission where everything spawns in corridors. Every ranged enemy spawns in corridors and can't take cover. It's gonna be a walk in the park. A mission where every open area with lots of small boxes with one shooter behind every single one of them, that's gonna wear you down. So, but yeah, main takeaway is that there's a lot of fixes. The crafting system is actually completed, or at least as complete as expected. So yeah, Emperor's Gifts and incentive to play higher difficulties and incentive to actually pick up the secondary missions. But every weapon getting buffed is, I think it's a drawback unless we get a higher difficulty soon. Oh, with that said, I guess I'll see you guys in the next one.